Somebody once said, never forget who was with you from the start. For a lot of us, people come and go. Boyfriends leave. Best friends stab you in the back. But for me, my best friend is forced to stay with me for the rest of my life. Today, I will be talking about my cousin, Abigail Elaine Dreyer, or as I call her, Abby, and how vital she is to me as a person. She never fails to amaze me in how close we are. The first example of this is that we are closest in both age and in gender. The second example of this is how we share so many experiences. The third example of this is that we are each other's role models. And the last example is that she is always there for me, and I know that I can trust her. My cousin is my other half, and there are so many things that contribute to our identicality. The first reason that we are so close is because we are closest not only in age, but in gender. Sometimes, I don't mind being the oldest cousin. It's fun being able to boss around the little kids, or even play with them if you want to. But then, you're stuck in that weird situation where you don't really want to go sit at the adult table and talk about politics and taxes, but you don't really want to go sit in the corner with your 5-year-old cousin and color in a Barney coloring book. That's where Abby comes in. I would be lost without her at family gatherings. She is a year and a half younger than me and in 8th grade, but in my eyes, we are the same age. Furthermore, she was my only girl cousin up until 2 years ago, so she was my little bit of hair and makeup and boys and glitter and all of the trucks and Legos and dirt my other cousins had to offer me. This separates us in a way that brings us together, but the next example shows our ties blatantly. The next example is how many activities that we have shared together. The first example of this is the lake. Now, the lake is the same one I talked about for my favorite play speech, and the name holds true. We go to the lake every year, and my favorite years are the ones where Abby comes to stay with us. Last year was especially my favorite. The first night that we were there, at 11 o'clock at night, we went out and had a photo shoot by the lake. Now, it was negative 300 degrees, and there were so many mosquitoes out there. So, we got so many mosquito bites and probably had pneumonia. But if there's one person that I'm willing to get pneumonia for, it's my cousin. Furthermore, we also got the stomach bug at the same time at the lake. So you don't know the phrase bonding experience until you're two sickos sitting on the couch at 3 o'clock in the morning watching PJ Masks on rerun with your little cousin. Except your little cousin's out in the other room playing, but you don't have the energy to get up and change the channel. Long story short, I can sing you the PJ Masks theme song word for word. The final example is something that seems small and insignificant, but is something that means the world to us. One summer night, we were jumping on the trampoline for 3 hours, and we decided to go stargazing. I hadn't really gone stargazing before on a trampoline, so it was amazing to have my first time be with my favorite person, just talking and looking up at the stars twinkling in the infinite darkness. Our experiences shape us into something amazing. A further reason that we are so close is because we are each other's role models. To me, Abby is the most amazing person. She's beautiful, strong, smart, and an overall amazing person to talk with. She gives the greatest advice too. It's not always what you want to hear, but it's something that provides my problem with the solution. Me being the older cousin is the obvious role model, but I feel like I learned so much on how to live my life from her, and it's so important to me because I know that I can trust her. All of these things make me and my cousin closer than ever, but the number one reason that we are so close is because I can trust her and she can trust me. This sounds really cliche, but it is 100% true. An amazing benefit is that she lives an hour away from me, which means she doesn't really know anybody from my school or community. So my crush, she's the only one who knows. I just failed 3 tests. Again, she's the only one who has that knowledge. Until my mom religiously checks Power School, that is. She will never let me down, and she helps me fight battles that I was unsure that I would win by myself. The best part is, though, is that she's family, so she's forced to love me. We could get in a fight, and then 0.2 seconds later, we'll be okay again. Because I would rather spend time with her as my best friend than as my enemy. To me, Our relationship is built on your dependence on each other and reliability, and we check off both categories effortlessly. Abby and I are inseparable and will always be. You can see it in the way that we are closest not only in age, but in gender. It is evident in our shared experiences, whether it's the lake or it's stargazing on a trampoline. Our admiration for each other is indisputable. We will always be there for each other. And finally, I know that I can trust her and she can trust me with all of our secrets, passions, and anything else. Although we may have our differences, we stick by each other. I will never forget that she is the one who was with me from the start and will continue to be with me until the very